My name is Bill Ritchie, and I'm a teaching artist, and my field is multimedia arts, and my roots are in printmaking. This morning I'm thinking about the 1970s when a teaching scientist, Carl Sagan, made a series of films, each one about an hour long, to be run as a serial on public television. And his company hired an engineer from the Jet Propulsion Labs named Pat Cole. And today I'm thinking a lot about Pat Cole because I met her in 1980 at a dinner. And Pat sat next to me at the dinner, and I told her that I remembered a scene that she created for Carl Sagan about the evolution of human species, and how impressed I was that she could encapsulate billions of years of evolution in a computer graphic. And she said, well, sitting next to you, she said, I want you to know I always wanted to be an artist, but my father wanted me to be an engineer. And I said, well, that series that you made was a work of art. And she got kind of teary-eyed and thanked me, because I guess coming from someone who was purported to be an artist, this meant a lot to her to be recognized as such. Unfortunately, Pat died young.
We sometimes represent evolution as the ever-branching ramifications of some original trunk, each branch pruned and clipped by natural selection. Every plant and animal alive today has a history as ancient and illustrious as ours. Humans stand on one branch, but now we affect the future of every branch of this 4-billion-year-old tree. How lovely trees are. The human species grew up in and around them. We have a natural affinity for trees. Trees photosynthesize. They harvest sunlight. They compete for the sun's favors. Look at those two trees over there, pushing and shoving for sunlight, but with grace and astonishing slowness.
And today I'm creating an homage video for her in memory, and also because I'm challenged to reconstruct her computer graphics for the purpose of this recording, and also to underscore the fact that she autographed a poster from that conference we were both attending, and she autographed it to our daughter Nellie, and she wrote, "May the Force be with you," which of course is a famous line from Star Wars, because Pat had worked at Lucasfilms on the Star Wars series and on Star Trek series. I'm thinking about talking to printmaking classes, and I'm sending out a message to printmaking professors and students that I could be a visitor in their class via Zoom. And somehow there's a connection between a really old professor, I'm 81, who talked to people like Pat Cole at a conference that was called New Technologies of Printmaking. That was 1980, sponsored by what was called the World Print Council. It no longer exists. And I think the 1980s was a turning point where we were almost to the point where we could relate printmaking to other technologies, to the technologies that had all descended from printmaking, that is, the handprint in the cave next to the painting of an aurochs, ancestor of the cow. We were that close. But something happened in American education. Someone wrote a book called The Closing of the American Mind, Maybe it did, maybe it closed. It was a window of opportunity, but for reasons of politics and international relations and climate change, the window closed. And so today printmaking is where it was in 1980. 40 years later, it's a rare opportunity to take a printmaking class in a college setting where technologies such as computer graphics, artificial intelligence, and all the rest are included in the curriculum somehow. And that's why I want to be invited to a class and hear what are the concerns of students in printmaking classes today, concerns about their future and concerns about how they will use what they're learning in their printmaking classes today. As I said in another video, printmaking is the most important class you can take in an art school. Thanks for listening.